Okay, now that we have our paper at the correct size and we have our scale, our units, and our grid on, we're ready to start drawing. Right up here you have your basic tools. You have your selection tool, your pan tool, this is your flyover tool, zoom in, zoom out, text, line, double line, rectangles, rounded rectangles. All your basic tools are right here. Down here we have our tool sets. Our tool sets include our building shell, which is what we'll use the most, furniture and fixtures, visualization, site planning, space planning, 3D modeling, detailing, machine components, fasteners, and MEP. These right here are primarily for engineering. The one that we'll use the most are building shell, furniture, visualization, and dimensions and notes. Why don't we start off with building shell. When you select building shell, you'll see that some of the tools that you have here include walls, round walls, doors, windows. If we scroll down, you have stairs, columns, pilasters, window walls, windows, ramps. Okay, the one that we use the most and the one that we'll start out with today is your wall tool. Whenever you get this, we don't need to check for updates, just hit no. So we'll select the wall tool, and when you click and drag, you have a wall. The length of the wall is determined by hitting your tab button, and you'll see that the length where it says L, and right now it says 36 feet 4 7/8 of an inch, we can try to get it exact by hand. If I want to say have it at 40 feet, I can try to get it at 40 feet, but that's kind of a pain. So what I can do is hit my tab button, and I can actually type in 40 feet and hit enter, and it will lock in. I'm ready to go to my next wall. So let's say we hit tab, and I go 24 feet, enter, it locks in again. I can come back, I can go 20 feet, enter, click to release it. I can go tab 10 feet, enter, click to release it, 20 feet again, click, and the last one you do, we just bring it back, we click, and it automatically connects for you. We can take this and we can add interior walls. Click, drag, tell it how large you want it to be. It locks it in. We can go any direction, but we want it to go here. And then we come back up here and it goes like that. If you ever get a situation where the wall doesn't connect or you go too far past, you can try to fix that by selecting the wall, going onto the blue dot right there, clicking, dragging down, re-clicking. You can try to fix it that way. Same thing with the corners. If you ever get a situation where it doesn't connect, select it and it should connect. If it ever doesn't connect in that way, we have something called the wall join tool, wall join right here. We select that, we tell right up here the computer that it's a corner or an L. We select this, select that, and it connects automatically. If it's a T, wall join, tell it that it's a T, and select your two walls, and it will connect it automatically. Alright. We also have the ability to make round walls. We can take walls and we can split them using the split tool from the basic tool set. Once you split that, it's now two walls, so that we can take this, we can select either one of these and pull it back. We can then take our wall and add to it. Alright, we can take walls and select them and pull them out, pull them in. Alright. Once we have our walls in, we have the shape and size that we want them to be. We can add doors. Select the door tool. We can come right in here and we can put a door in like that. If we want a door to go a certain way, we click one time, and then we move our cursor, and you can see that we can make the door go any direction that we want. Whenever you put in a door or window, we can always change everything right up here. We come down here to settings, we can click on settings, or we can change the basic stuff right here. For example, we can make that door 2 feet wide instead of 3. We can make its height 7 feet high instead of 6'8". We can make the top an ellipse instead of square. If I hit 1 on my keypad, I can look at these in 3D and you can see what I'm talking about. To shade this in, I'm going to hit my Control, my Shift, and my G key, and I can shade it in. I hit 0 on my keypad to bring me back to the top view, and now I'm ready to add some more stuff. I can add a window. To look at it in 3D, I'm going to hit 1 on my keypad again, and you can see my windows. Control Shift G shades it in. Now you can see again. The key to this lesson is when we select our wall tool, we click, we drag, hit the tab key, and tell the computer what size you want that wall to be. Alright. If we select the wall tool and we want the wall to go in a different direction, for example, if I click here and you can see the wall just went to the left of my cursor. Right up here you can see I have the left control mode. If I click on right, now it's on the right of my cursor. If I click here, that's center control. It's now in the middle. So remember that when you're drawing your walls and you want them in a certain location. So that's our lesson on walls for today. We'll come back next time. In the next lesson we'll talk about how we can manipulate walls and doors and windows to get them exactly the way you want.